Alright, so in today's video, I'm going to show you how to draw a realistic wet lips. So this image is going to be our point of reference. So I'm going to start off right away with a sketch. So if you've been following my videos for a while, you'll notice that I'm a big fan of the grid method technique, which gives me the freedom or the ability to get an accurate outline. So I'm a big fan of using the grid method technique. So I'm going to get the sketch done, and then I'll come back and then we'll start the shading process together. Now that we have our sketch done, we are going to move to the shading process. So before we start, we want to first analyze the reference photo and get to know where we're going to place our shadows, our midtones and our highlights. So when you look at this very reference photo, you could see that we have a lot of dark, a lot of shadows in it. So I'm going to combine the charcoal pencil and the graphite pencil all in the same drawing. So I'm going to start off with the shadows, and I'm going to use the charcoal pencil. So I'm going to begin from the darkest areas, right? So I'm going to use my charcoal pencil to layer down the shadows. Then we will gradually move or blend into the midtones. Sorry. So then we will eventually create some details and add some highlights, then we will be done. So at this very point, I'm creating the shadows with the help of the charcoal pencil. Actually, this area is a bit broad, so I'm going to use I'm going to use the charcoal block instead, which is going to help me cover the area very quickly. So whilst using the charcoal, you don't want to press or put much pressure. You just want to keep a subtle pressure. Then we will build up step by step. So I'm just using the charcoal pencil to define the outlines first, then I'll use the charcoal block to fill in the shadows. So what you have to realize in the earlier stages is that when you start shading, it is not going to look good, but you don't stop, right? You just have to keep going. So at this point, it looks very rough, and I know, but with continuous building up layers and then trying to refine the shading, everything is going to come together nicely and beautiful. So you just got to be patient and keep working. So at this point, I'm just going to blend with the brush. This is actually a hard brush, so I'm just trying to close the gaps. I'm trying to make everything come together. Sorry. And mind you, working with charcoal is very messy. I'm not going to lie about that. So you need to be more careful and patient so that you don't end up messing your work. there's too much charcoal powder, and I'm going to blow some of them away because there is too much, so that I can see what I'm actually doing, especially on the edges. So now I can come back and refine the edges. So I'm going to kind of blend the charcoal into the mid-tones, and that's around the lips, on the lips actually. At this stage, my main focus is to get the shadows and mid-tones correctly. Sorry. To get the shadows and the mid-tones correctly. So I'm not focusing on the details at this very point. The key thing here is to get your shadows, your mid-tones, and highlights right. So at this point, I'm just blocking the shadows. Then I'll blend into the mid-tones. Then we'll later add details, and then we'll create the highlights. So that is the approach that I'm using. So I see some details in the shadows. So whilst I'm trying to block, I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to get those details in the shadows. So now I'm blending on the teeth because the teeth doesn't look white. There are shadows in the teeth. So I'm blending through. So at this stage, it's all going to look messy, right? But the final outcome is what you're looking for. So we have to focus and then keep going. I'm also applying the graphite powder on top because I don't want to move too dark. I want to build the layers step by step. So I'm applying the graphite powder. Then when I feel I need to deepen or darken the shadows, and I'll come in with the charcoal powder. So at this point, I'm just focusing on getting the layering right, or the tones right. I also blend with the tissue. Point now is to get the shadows to right. So that's my main focus at this moment. So once I have the shadows in place, then I'll move into the midtones. So the idea is shadows, midtones, then we create highlights. So that's going to be the overall process that we're going to use. So all that I'm doing is from the darkest areas to the midtones, from the darkest areas to the midtones. Once you have that properly laid down, then you can create details, then we put in our highlights. So there are certain areas that have highlights. So now that I'm trying to create the midtones, I'm kind of losing the outlines of the highlights. So I'm going to use my electric eraser to bring it back, or to create the highlight, so that I don't get it out of look. So I'm going to use the electric eraser. So using the charcoal powder is a good thing, but you don't want to overuse it. You also have to shade with the pencil at some point in time, because when you overuse the charcoal powder, it's going to mess up your shading. Right, so you need to combine the charcoal powder, the normal shading all together, so that you can get more kind of not too hard or not too soft shading feel or look. So at this point, I'm shading with a 2B. Okay, so I think at this point all that I'm doing is adding more details, so you can keep adding more details until you are satisfied. So yes, that is how I draw realistic wet lips. So thank you very much guys for watching this video to the very end. If you like this video, kindly hit the like button and subscribe to this channel for more art tutorials. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you hopefully in the next one. Peace.